What's Michelle Obama's role in this administration? That's what I'd like to talk about in today's video. I recently had a conversation with a very high-ranking Republican who has been in on all the negotiations with Obama. And he says you talk to him one day, and he'll make this concession and that concession and the other concession. And then he'll come back the next day, and he'll say, well, I'm not so sure. This is a little more complicated. I'm not sure I want to go that far on this. And he'll basically pull back on everything that he offered the day before. And I said, what do you think happens? And he said, she talks to him. She meaning Michelle. And Valerie Jarrett, who is Michelle's close buddy, who also has the very high position in the administration. Now, stories are legion, and they're part of the folklore of American politics, that the wife is running the show. People thought Nancy Reagan did, Hillary Clinton did, Rosalind Carter was reputed to have done so, Barbara Bush was reported to have done so. To her credit, Laura Bush never had that rap. But now it's reasonable that Obama's got the same rap. But is it true or not? Well, from the Obamas, the great book about the family, written by some New York Times reporter, I forget the name, but the book is The Obamas, you really get a sense of the role that she plays. She's kind of a cross between Hillary Clinton and Eleanor Roosevelt. Like Eleanor Roosevelt, she's the keeper of the ideological flame. She's the one who sits there and determines whether what they're doing is ideologically proper or not. Does it square with their idealism and their ideology for the United States? And that Valerie Jarrett is really like Henry Hopkins was to Eleanor Roosevelt, sort of the agent who goes throughout the administration, making sure administration policy is followed and reporting back to Obama when it's not. And she's like Hillary Clinton in that she doesn't intervene directly into the workings of the White House. Hillary did in the first 2 years, but then when I came on board, I made sure she didn't, because I said that the more you're seen as overtly controlling things, the weaker Bill is seen. And if you look stronger, Bill looks weaker. And I said, you have to stop going to the meetings, going to the West Wing meetings, chairing the committees. If you've got input, do it through your husband. Don't do it directly. And she followed that advice, and it was very effective. But what she would then do is tell Bill what she wanted. Now, Bill really has more of a mind of his own than Barack does, because Clinton would listen to Hillary and then would discount a lot of what she said. Once I was with Clinton and we talked about a newspaper story that had just run that morning that he was going to raise taxes to pay for Hillary Care. And I said that would be a mistake. And he said, I'm not going to do that. Don't worry, I'm not going to raise taxes for that. It's almost dismissive about it. And very often there would be pressure from her in one direction or another, and he would dismiss it. But you don't get the feeling that Obama does that with Hillary. He's never said it with Michelle. He's never said it to anyone, and it's not part of the record of this administration. Very difficult to judge what's going on within a presidency while it's happening, particularly a presidency with as few leaks as this administration has. Obama's been really good about that. But my suspicion is increasingly that she's like the Soviets always has a member of the Politburo who is in charge of ideology. Sort of the rabbi is this kosher for Passover. And you kind of get the feeling that that's the role that Michelle plays, and that Barack knuckles under to her a lot. So speculation, but interesting. Thanks for watching.